7. Barrett outside the switch. Doncic goes, oh, what a great step! And then he hammers it home. Broke his ankles.
What's going on, guys? Welcome in. I hope you guys are doing well, and today I'm going to be talking about one of the most polarizing players in NBA history, a guy who had a similar style of play when it came to Bob Cousy and Jason Williams. Of course, he was the first to do it, but before Jason Williams, of course, he was later in the Sacramento Kings days and, of course, the Miami Heat days. But this player, like, if you were, like, able to see him, like, you're truly just, like, special because, like, this dude was truly special. He was an unbelievable basketball player. Maybe he didn't result in winning, but he's one of the most fun players to watch in NBA history. But we're going to be talking about Pete Maravich. This player was someone like who grew up in the wrong era to be having a certain style of play. The opponents hated him. They thought like he was trying to make them look a fool. They were like, why is he playing like this? It doesn't result in winning basketball. He's a ball hog. What's the point of all these flashy passes? Like, we grew up playing a fundamental brand of basketball, passing the ball first, not dribbling between our legs. He had these special drills of like hand-eye coordination drills that we've never seen before. He was a special breed for sure. His dad was actually a great basketball player as well, who brought him up, was really tough on him, and just taught him all these drills. And he's really the one that got him into basketball, even though he still played the game of basketball a lot. Like, he wasn't playing just because his dad told him to. This man would work out, put in work at such a young age, not even his dad telling him like what to do. Like, you know, you love something a lot when like someone doesn't tell you you have to wake up at the certain time. You just know because you love the game so much that you're like, I know I have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I want to be great, not just because my father's telling me to. It's because I want to be great. This is my dream, not his dream at the end of the day. And that was Pete Maravich's mentality ever since being in grade school or in high school. He was like, I want to be in the NBA. A lot of people laughed at him. But yes, he was a player that was literally like his style of play. No one liked it. No one liked it when it came to his opponents. Like, not all of his teammates loved it. Oscar Robertson did not love it. Like, after he was retired in the NBA in a documentary, he was saying he didn't play the game the right way. Like, it didn't result in winning basketball. Oscar Robertson might be salty, though, because he did break, like, collegiate records when it came to scoring the ball. So who knows, even though Oscar Robertson, you could say, is a top 10 point guard to play the game. But Pete Maravich, averaging 33 points per game in high school, 41 points per game when it came to LSU as well. And there was one specific play, like, he literally changed the game, as I forgot who they were playing. Of course, he was drafted by the Atlanta Hawks. He was on a break, right? He did this fake move of he had the ball in his right hand. He like faked it left, didn't even touch the basketball, and somehow managed to get it to the other side of the court, something like that. And the ref like never saw it before, or the official, so they called a travel. And Pete Maravich was just like fuming. He was so mad. And he was like, how are you going to call that if you've never seen it before? That was what Pete Maravich was. Shooting the ball from long distance, taking a lot of shots a game, just maybe not showing the most effort on defense. Like, people were like, why is he playing this way? It does not result in winning ball whatsoever. I bet the fans loved him. I bet there were so many ticket sales when it came to those LSU games, the Atlanta Hawks games. But yeah, just the flash he played with, the no-look passes, the behind-the-back passes. Like, you could say he was kind of like on a Jason Williams level, even though, of course, Jason Williams was later. But Bob Cousy would do flashy stuff, but he carried himself with a different type of mentality. Like, Pete Maravich was kind of this pretty boy. The girls loved him. That's what Pete Maravich was. But yeah, people said he was too selfish. People say he didn't play the game the right way. He never won. He never really had a big-time accolade when it came to that. But just think about it. This man averaged 41 points per game when it came to LSU. He averaged 33 points per game when it came to high school. This was before the three-point line came along. Yes, you could say he attempted a lot of shots, but just imagine the amount of threes he would have attempted if the three-point line was around back then. But the opponents did not like him. They're like just play a fundamental brand of basketball. Is he even trying to win, or is he just trying to make me look stupid, like make me look like a clown? Like, this dude's a clown show. It's a circus act. Like, that's literally opponents' mentality when it came to him. They're like, why is he playing it like the game this way? This man is literally a circus act. But Pete Maravich is someone I really did a big dive into, because of course I'm 16 years old. I'm going to be 17 April 2nd. but I just love reading about these players back then. Yes, I'm a big fan of guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant. I really love greatness. Like, I respect greatness, but I also love looking back at those times of those documentaries, reading books. I got the book of basketball by Bill Simmons. He went to Celtics games when he was younger, so I really get to hear how good Larry Bird was. Like, these older players back in the day, or an Akeem Olajuwon. I really respect the game of basketball. And if it wasn't for a guy like Pete Maravich, would a guy like Jason Williams really be around? A guy like Stephen Curry, Kyrie Irving, when it comes to their handles, a Bob Cousy. Maybe Bob Cousy paved the way as well, because there's a Bob Cousy, then it passes it on to a Pete Maravich, because the crossover is one of the most interesting things in the NBA, because they're adding brand new elements. It started off as something very fundamental, just trying to get a defender to move, but then you just see new generations to new generations adding more stuff to the crossover to make it look more and more effective every single era. So, like, just think about the Bob Cousy flashiness, or, of course, a Pete Maravich, John Havlicek, the Houdini, passing it on, or just evolution to a Kyrie Irving. I just love going back, watching Pete Maravich. I love watching his documentary, and just, like, he was a quiet kid in school. He wasn't popular. And then, of course, eventually did get popular because people were like, okay, this is who freaking Pete Maravich is. This kid is absolutely insane. He's seeing things on the court no one else saw. Let me know down below your thoughts on Pete Maravich. And as always, guys, have a humble day or night. Peace out, y'all.